Assalamu alaikum, this is RPS Fia and this is the fourth part of the anti-diabetic series. In the previous video, we were discussed about the insulin and the diabetes. What is diabetes mellitus? What is insulin preparations? And in this video, I will discuss the oral anti-diabetic agents, oral anti-diabetic and non-insulin anti-diabetic drugs. So let's begin the video. Drug classification, insulin secretagogues. What are the insulin secretagogues? I will define in the video. In this video, sulfonylurea, magnetide diphenylalanine derivative, biguanidine, thiazolidine, and all these are the drug classification. In this video, we will discuss one by one all the drugs. Sulfonylurea. In the left hand side, you will see the drugs in the sulfonylurea that are the tolbutamide, tolazamide, chlorpromamide, which is the most commonly used drug in the sulfonylurea, and it having the daily dose of 0.1 to 0.5 gram. As a single dose, it is given as an OD. Duration of action up to 60 hours. So it is a long acting sulfonylurea. So it is more pronounced to cause the hypoglycemia. Next is glyburide, glipizide, and glimepiride. Glimepiride is Amaryl, and it is also used drug or the sulfonylurea drug in the clinical setting with the dose of 1 to 4 mg. With the 1 to 4, it have the 1 mg, 2 mg of the doses available, 3 mg or the 4 mg doses available, with the duration of action 12 to 24 hours. And these are the chemical structure that will important from the medicinal chemistry point of view. With the little modification in the basic backbone structure, we will get the different products. Mechanism of action of sulfonylurea: increase insulin release from the pancreas. How? A reduction of the serum glucagon level. How? Closure of the potassium channel in the extra pancreatic tissue. So in the below you will see the attractive picture. This is a potassium channel at the above of the picture, and the sulfonylurea drugs block the potassium channel. When the potassium channel is blocked, it will depolarize because potassium is the inhibitory channel. So when the potassium channel is blocked, excitation signals can be produced and it will release the insulin from the pancreas. Insulin release from the pancreatic beta cell, sulfonylurea bind to the high affinity sulfonylurea receptor. It inhibits the efflux of the potassium ions. Efflux of the potassium ion inhibit. So intracellularly potassium ion increase. Depolarization: open a voltage gated calcium channel. Calcium influx. Inhibition of the efflux of the potassium ion and the influx of the calcium increases. Calcium is an excitatory gate, ligand gate. So when calcium increase, ultimately it will help to release the insulin by the process of the exocytosis. Pharmacokinetics: it can be given orally, bind to the serum protein, and it is metabolized by the liver. So if the patient is renally impaired, it can be given to that patient. But if the patient is hepatically impaired or hepatic failure, cirrhosis, or any other hepatic problem, it is not given. It is excreted in the urine and the feces. So dosage modification must be required in the renal impairment or the renal failure patient. Also in the case of the hepatic impairment and the hepatic failure patient, the duration of action ranges from 12 to 24 hours. Tolbutamide, this is another drug from the class of sulfonylurea, which is well absorbed but rapidly metabolized in the liver. So its duration of effect is relatively short with an elimination half-life of 4 to 5 hours. Chlorpropamide half-life is 32 hours. As I defined earlier, it is the longest acting or the longest duration of action sulfonylurea, so this is an important point. 20 to 30 is excreted unchanged in the urine, contraindicated in the patient with an hepatic or the renal insufficiency. Why? Linked with its excretion or its metabolism. Dosage higher than 500 mg daily increase the risk of jaundice. The average maintenance dose is 250 mg daily, and these are the ADR. The most important ADR among these are prolonged hypoglycemic reaction because of the longer duration of action, as I defined earlier, hyperemic flush after alcohol ingestion because of interaction, hyponatremia, and hematological toxicity.